Okay, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the National Poetry Competition 2020 Award Ceremony. My name is Genevieve, and this is Waikit.
Now, it's an honor for Jen and I to be your MCs for this afternoon ceremony. These are certainly brave times for us to be organizing poetry events, but going virtual really entails that we can continue to foster a thriving literary culture right here in Singapore. And that means it's ever more important for us to recognize and celebrate the contributions of our budding Singapore poets.
Okay, today it's our pleasure to honor the 10 award recipients of the National Poetry Competition 2020 in each of the different language and age categories.
Now, and we'll be moving on to the next slide for this. Before we proceed, this is, of course, an announcement that all shortlisted poems can be found right here at this link. So please do scan the QR code if you wish, or you can always return to the recording and just type in that link. Don't worry if you've missed this, just check it out. All our winning entries and shortlisted entries will be available right here after the ceremony.
Okay, we would now like to announce the prize winners for the English language category. For English language in the 10 to 14-year-old category, the first prize goes to Arisa Karamuzaran.
May we now invite Arissa to present her poem to us. Arissa, please.
Thank you. In the beginning, we told it all. We let music lounge on the dinner table and spooned special vinaigrette dressing over the late-night share with me's and threadbare tell-me-mores. We sang carols in mouthfuls. We met secrets in the cool refrigerator light. It was a 7 p.m. choir gig of kitchen music. There were stories. There were the words that I devoured out of love. On the appetizer front, there were the meaty odysseys. Those words, inked on flesh, came in resurrection, about human wild game and bedlam battlefields. And oh hell, all that blood. Dead gods and stories murdered by the silence. I said, to hell with it, and took Nenik's weather-beaten hands in salam, and prayed the words would murder the silence. After first verse would come another. I sipped on motley cultures and toasted over shots of Bollywood blitz and Hollywood heat. All cards on deck, all joy on the rocks. We went uncorking the martini music bottles in drunk delirium. Shuffle once, shuffle twice, and soon we were rocking and rolling and roaring through the 60s. Nani and her dreamlike era of freedom, the glass went cheers in the tipsy light. And never ever did I forget last course. Even now, I blink through Mum's oven fire. Even now, even tomorrow. It was a no man's land of dreamlessness, forking out the moneylessness, screwing the ideals, touring the education backwards. Settling on chemistry and the runaway atoms. I wanted so bad to wipe the frosting of the sheet cake success. I wanted so bad to whisk away the wide open pain. And I wanted so bad to serve my own patty cake glory. But after the end, music slithered into the drowning dark. And the plates were kept, time was up, the stories folded into themselves. There was me, choking on words on the table by the cool refrigerator light. Where did the secrets go? This girl, the one who grew up on dinner diaries. When the sun rises, the future, mine, will come etched in gold. But if I took the ingredients of these greater stories of theirs and created my own words, maybe, just maybe, Nenek, Nani, Habib, Mom, Dad, Sis, I'm making breakfast.
Thank you, Arisa, for those memories of familial domesticality.
Yeah,
Now,
certainly some kind of domesticity that was, right?
Yeah,
All those dinner diaries. If only we could have conversations like that.
happened to be chatting with her earlier, and she said that these were like inspired by actual dinner conversations. So wow, very interesting. Okay, for English language in the 15 to 18-year-old category, the first prize goes to Alexa Ling. So may we now invite Alexa to present her poem to us. Alexa, please.
Thank you. Kalang in waves. 1. Ripple. Our ever-eroding, jagged shorelines, once home to the men who calm the sea, with tumbling whispers soft as the rustle of palm leaves. 2. Swell. Still, even the most Herculean of deep-sea divers trembles at the cruel drop of a white man's black anchor. 3. Break. This was the end of our orang kalang, sun-scorched skin and calloused fingers collapsing into sand, silt, and clay. The taste of salt lingers on the river basin. 4. Crest. Swirling monsoon winds bear the forked promise of prosperity, lure towering sails towards our murmuring waves. Many a dream sinks to the riverbed, the finest shipment of marble tortoiseshell, fragrant sandalwood, gold dust. 5. White water. Glassy currents weave their way through our verdant land, becoming the name on the bruised lips of 5.5 million souls proclaiming Merdeka. A ragged, rousing chorus guards unspooling stories within stadium walls. 6. Ripple. We walk the riverbank, just beyond bleached bridges and tarmac roads, looping and turning into one another. A background of perfumed laundry billowing, fresh paint on apartment blocks. And we wonder what home would mean without these surging waters spilling the secrets of a past we have left behind. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexa. That's a really apt poem for National Day, like especially
Yes.
that we just celebrated. Really felt sense of history.
Especially this month of
those
August.
lines.
And those rousing images of nature as well.
Okay, for English language in the 19-year-old and above category, our first prize winner is Ruth Fang, but she's not able to join us here today. But her poem together with other shortlisted poems are online, so do check them out. Now
So-
let's move on to the next category.
Before we move on to the next category, I'd just like to point out again that here her poems are showcased right here,
Oh, okay.
right, as well. So again, Ruth, congratulations, and all friends of Ruth and so on. Please do check out a poem right here at Poetry Festival Singapore. Do check it out.
Okay, we have the link coming up. Okay, so the link to all the shortlisted poems is on this site. So please do go and read them, enjoy them, all in the comfort of your home. Okay, now let's move on to the Chinese language category.
So here's again announcing the prize winners for the Chinese language category. So for Chinese language in the 10 to 14-year-old category,
Okay, the first prize goes to Lovell Chu. So may we now invite Lovell to present her poem to us. Lovell, please.
没答案的问题：猫的毛有没有猫在里面？双胞胎知不知道他们其中一个不在计划里？我们看不到空气，那鱼看得到水吗？树和树来自同一个妈妈，为什么有不同的意思？如果头脑为其他事物命名，那么谁为头脑命名呢？起司拍照时会不会说出自己的名字 ？Cheese。假设两位读心高手在读对方的脑，那他们在读谁的脑 ？Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lovell, for those enigmatic and philosophical questions.
I think these are certainly questions that we wouldn't ordinarily think of. So that's something that certainly unanswered questions in many ways.
Okay, let's move on to the 15 to 18-year-old category for Chinese language. The first prize goes to Elizabeth Lim. So may we now invite Elizabeth to present her poem to us. Elizabeth, please.
Thank you. 死亡，脚步，它匆忙的脚步，随时都一样，永久地冻在宇宙循环之中。它观察着生物的每一举一动，像个灵魂一样，随时跟随着我，隐隐约约地躲在身旁， 冰冷，它带来了冷酷的硬道理，谁都无法知道我们什么时候被带走。它给生命带来了意义，珍惜活生生的生命，在病床上的生命结束苦难，在病床边的生命带给永久的隔离。生与死，死是不可避免的，无论何时何地，他的掌握都会到达他想要的任何人。生死创新永并在一起，它是温柔的和被误解的。悲伤的回忆使我们的存在暂时成为遗产。谢谢。
Thank you, Elizabeth, for those very poignant reflections on life and death and memory. Very apt in these times as well, we must say.
Okay, moving on, let's go on to the 19-year-old category for Chinese language. First prize is Lu Shixun. Xun.
May we now invite Shixun to present his poem to us. Shixun, please.
Hello, my name is Shixun. I'm gonna be doing the English version of my poem also. So could I have the subtitles like in both Mandarin and English, in case I mispronounce?
Mandarin and English.
对，大家好，我叫世勋，然后我写了一首诗，希望你们会喜欢。我手好抖，没有办法，我没有那个。
加油加油，
stand
可以
好，
的。
这首诗叫《我是语文创造出来的节奏》。每个人经历过什么？每个语文传承着什么？我阿公胃口不好，身材瘦小，我们讲话他听不到，除非把耳机戴好，招难倒。阿公被绑住手脚，被日军用水撑饱，被逼和生命赛跑。我从小潮州话没有学好，阿公讲话我听不到，故事也消化不了。电视上介绍日本，画面上写着英文，但阿公脸上没有怨恨留下来的皱纹。上学时发现我的英语很奇怪，放学后英语太好也会很奇怪。很小却很多语文的新加坡，还好有英语让每个人都会说。有时我走进马来话的环境里，会听不懂，却感触很多。比如说，语言的隔阂很冷漠，马来糕甜甜的，却会温暖我。比如说，现在我的身份认同有华文有英文，也要学马来文化。华校上学的爸妈不会说感性的话，花钱让我学音乐，只因为我的一句话，他们怕我英文不好，成绩差，送我到英国文化协会学习语音拼读法。管教方法在我家必须火气要够大，传统教育的代价是把爱变成害怕，稍微不注意就会发生大爆炸。我们的关系现在向地球慢慢暖化。我妈边把菜加热边听粤语烹饪课，我回房里继续学发音超难的广东歌。每个人改变了什么？每个语文传承着什么？我是你们遗留下来的野兽，我是语文创造出来的节奏。谢谢。整个超抖的，不好意思。
It's like there's a staccato. I think it's wonderful like that.
Okay. So I don't want to take up too much time. So this is the English version of my poem. I am the rhythm of these words. Everyone and the things that they've done, every tongue and the tales they pass on. Akong's thin because he doesn't eat. Akong's deaf without his hearing aid. Shonan Do bound by his hands and feet. Water hose, stomach bloat, fighting to live. I'm deaf like Akong when he speaks in Teochew. I'm thin like Akong, my roots are malnourished. I remember on TV scenes of Japan and English. I remember on his face I did not see hate. I remember in school I spoke English funny. I remember at home I spoke English and felt funny. There's so many languages in tiny Singapore. We're lucky there's English for us to fall back on. Sometimes I kat tempat yang cakap Melayu semua. Then I tak faham, but it still feels familiar. Like I know languages can keep us apart, but kuih and tarts will tug at our heartstrings. Like I now see that for much of my upbringing, I took bandung plus cai fan plus prata for granted. Pa Ma and I went to Chinese schools. Might be why we hide how we truly feel. They made us learn phonics at the British Council so I could catch up in primary school. They let me take all those piano lessons just because I said that I wanted to try it. Traditionally strict at home with a temper, I must have loved them, but it's the fear I remember. A stray expression could set off an explosion like this earth, our relationship is gradually warming. As Ma cooks to a Cantonese show, I coop up in my room, learn a cantopop song, everyone, and the things that we've done, every tongue, and the tales they pass on. I am the remnants of those stories. I am the rhythm of these words.
Thank you, Shushun, for such multilingual musings. Yeah. I think many of us too have taken Cai Fan for granted, and Prata for that
and
matter.
bandung.
And Bandung.
All at one.
All at once.
Yeah.
We've had a journey through all our different linguistic traditions as well. So thank you for that.
Okay, to carry on celebrating rhythm of words, go and check out this link here. There are all the winning poems and all the shortlisted poems at the site. Now let's go on to the Malay language category. For Malay language in the 10 to 14-year-old category, first prize goes to Nurin Adina. Now we invite Nurin to present her poem to us. Nurin, please.
Tindik. Antara kuat dan kekuatan, kau melebihi kuat. Aku telah melihatmu tewas dalam buas. Aku telah melihatmu berjuang dalam birang. Seperti jarum menindik kulit, kau hadapi dengan senyuman magis, bahawa kekalutan hanya tragis yang merencah kehidupan pahit manis. Kau paling berani walau terluka. Tikaman bertubi dari segenap arah, mengalirkan darah merah, yang bukan membangkitkan amarah tetapi pasrah. Seperti lubang tindik pasti terkatup, melenyap benci membekas parut. Sudah tiba masanya kau berehat, tidak usah melawan arus yang menghakis jati diri. Gelombang itu mampu menindik melubang jiwa hati. Riak ombak bakal tenang, akhiran pasti bahagia. Kehadiranmu mungkin tiada, namun warisanmu pasti terbela. Thank you.
Thank you, terima kasih, Nurin. I think those were certainly some very sharp observations. Yeah, since this is about a poem about piercing after all. Yeah, about the significance of identity
and presence.
And presence
in the
like
piece.
that. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, let's moving on to the 15 to 18-year-old category for Malay language. And our first prize goes to Muhammad Helmi Abdullah. So may we now invite Helmi to present his poem to us, please.
Damai, prajurit, dengan genggaman tekad, bebanan tanggungjawab, ilmu ketenteraan, berkorban segala, mengalir darah perkasa. Dalam seluruh sendi nadi urat saraf, semangat dan keringat bersatu, membuat rasa cinta nan padu, melagukan nada damai bersatu, menjulang panji-panji negara demi nusa dan bangsa. Keamanan ini akan kupelihara, legasi kedamaian, kebebasan yang telah kau cipta. Marilah temanku, kita jaga harmoni yang telah dibina, supaya bakti mereka tidak tersia. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, terima kasih, Helmi, for that very timely reminder. Also very fitting for National Day.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, on the importance of peace and harmony.
And
right?
coming together.
Yes, I think we're all in that spirit right now. Yeah, in August after all. So now moving on.
Okay, we're going on to the 19-year-old and above category. So the first prize goes to Naaisha Liana Binte Muhammad Sachira.
So may we now invite Aisha to present her poem to us. Aisha, please.
Hi, my name is Aisha. I'll be presenting both in Malay and in English. Seteru, kau penggal leher rimba berbatang, menebas, memancung, mencatas, menebang. Dapatkan kertas yang kian terbuang, buana hijau berganti padang, mahligai haiwan jadi temberang, mergas tua bercempera sumbang, nyatanya kempas tetaplah tumbang. Kau racun mulut sungai berkuala, mencemar, meresap, menyengat, membisa. Melepas tangan, menyuntik kimia. Plastik berebut menjadi dewa. Ikan pun sosang di dasar muka. Penyu belimbing, hidup sengsara. Nyatanya kata berbuih dusta, kau bedah perut bumi pertiwi. Menyodok, menggaung, melombong, menggali. Dapatkan emas hitam setahang isi. Bulan sungkur keriba menggeli. Seluk ke saku kau mencuri. Harta alam bercupak inti. Nyatanya mengorek lubang sendiri. So I will proceed to the English translation. Adversary, you slaughtered the dense jungle, amputated, sheared, tattered and torn. For paper, through terrains you wrangled, to dust it turned, a fate forgone. Conifers evergreen, replaced by plain fields, a kingdom within, in chaos at hate with one another, a disarray. In reality, the trees had gone away. You poisoned the connecting rivers, polluting, absorbing, toxing and stinging, injecting chemicals without quivers, without a guilt. Your ears weren't ringing. Plastics wrestled to climb the pedestals, yet creatures washed ashore like jaded crystals. In reality, your words were lies spoken in riddles. You divided the core of this earth, shoveling, harrowing, plowing, and digging for a treasure not yours and a tainted feeling. Earthly treasures that come in abundance. The reality paints our graves in decadence. Thank you.
Thank you, Aisha. Those were very apt reminders about environmental conservation.
Feel like anger.
Yes,
A lot
yeah.
of anger and
She
anguish.
preserved the rhyme scheme as well, so
For the
I
English
noticed that,
version.
yeah.
Okay, we're going to say this again. The winning poems and the shortlisted poems are all on this site here. So go and look at the site and read the poems. Now, certainly.
Yes, last but certainly not least, we'd now like to announce the prize winners for the Tamil language category. And for Tamil language, in the 19-year-old and above category, first prize goes to Mohana Priya Chandrasekaran. May we now invite Mohana Priya to present her poem to us. Mohana Priya, please.
Good evening, everyone. I read first in Tamil version and then English, okay? கடலுக்குள் புரளும் கால நிலம். நுண்ணிய டாய்சி நடன அசைவுகளின் பேராற்றலில் நிகழ்காலத்தை முதுகிலேற்றி கடந்த காலத்திற்குள் நுழைகிறது ஒரு பறவை. கூர்மத்தீவின் கடலாடிய கணங்கள் காலக்கண்கள் ஏகும் கூரைகளினுள் கொதிக்கும் சம்பலில் நிதம் மிழற்றுகின்றன குமிழிகளாய் பல மாய வரலாறுகள். சாளரத்தில் அமரும் பறவை நோக்கும் மணல்வெளியின் வெம்மையில் தூரத்தில் புலப்படுகிறாள் தன் தாத்தாவிடம் தூண்டிலிட கற்கும் ஒரு சிறுமி. அருகமர்ந்த பறவை அவள் வைத்திருக்கும் புழுக்களின் குடுவையில் ஒவ்வொன்றாக கொத்தி காலத்தின் வாய் நிரப்ப உருண்டு பெருத்த காலம் மஞ்சள் பறவையை ராசாலியாக்கி சிறுமியை கொத்தி சிங்கப்பூர் மையம் சேர்க்கிறது. விட்டு வந்த ஆமை தீவின் சுவடுகள் மீட்பாரற்று ஆழி கரங்களில் தாத்தாவின் நினைவுடன் அமிழ்ந்து கொண்டன. சிறுமி இப்பொழுது அலைமகளென வளர்ந்திருந்தாள். துண்டித்து கிடந்த இரு தீவுகளுக்குமான அரூப இணைப்பென நீழ்கடல் கயிற்றை தன் பலங்கொண்ட மட்டும் இறுக்கி காக்க குருதியோட்டமாய் பாய்கின்றன விசைப்படகுகள். ஒவ்வொரு சீன புத்தாண்டிற்கும் காத்திருக்கும் கோயிலின் ஊதுபத்தி புகை எஞ்சிய தொன்மையின் வாசத்தை திசையெங்கும் மலர்த்துகிறது. உறைந்த மௌனக்குன்றின் உச்சியில் மலாய் கிராமட்களின் கருணை பெற தொழுகையோடு தன் விழுதுகளை விதைத்து திரும்புகின்றனர் மரபு மறவா மக்கள். தனிமை இரவுகளில் கூர்ம நில விழிகள் உகுக்கும் உறைபனி பாடலொன்றை ஒவ்வொரு அலையும் அலைமகள் வசமாக்கிட அதை பல குட்டி பணியாமை கதைகளென மாற்றி மழலைகளிடம் பரிசளிக்க அவள் எத்தனித்த பொழுதில்தான் தூரத்திலிருந்து மெரிலைனிடம் கைகுலுக்கிக் கொண்டது ஆமைத்தீவு. நன்றி. I read in the English version. The land of time that rolls into the sea. The land of time that rolls into the sea. Carrying the present on its back, a bird flies into the past, flapping with the immense power of delicate Tai Chi moves. Moments of swimming in Turtle Island Sea, in the eyes of time that peeps through the roofs, boiling bubbles, prattle many a mystic history. The bird perches on window, looking over hot sand, visible further away, a girl learns fishing from her grandpa. Moving close to them, pecking worm by worm, bird feeds the mouth of time. Fatty, plump time transforms a yellow bird into a falcon that carries little girl to city center of Singapore. With none to redeem, the traces left behind at Turtle Island submerged into the sea, together with the memories of grandpa. The girl, now grown up as a beauty of wealth. Bridging the islands apart lies an invisible long rope of sea, boats shuttling as bloodline between keep the invisible bond tight together. Incense sticks at Island Temple, awaiting every Chinese New Year, blooms in all directions the fragrance of legacy. Atop the frozen mountain of silence, praying for mercy of Malay Kiramat, people not forgetting the legacy, return planting their young roots. In solitude, the Turtle Island's eyes drip a frozen icy song, carried by each verve to the beauty of wealth, while she weaves it into tiny snow turtle stories, gifting them to little kids. The Turtle Island shakes hands with Malayan far away. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mahanapriya.
Was this Kusu Island?
Yes.
Kusu Island.
Yes, Kusu Island, right?
Shaking
Like
hands with the Malayan.
I think those are very, very keen observations. And it's also a reminder that we haven't been back to such natural scenic spots in such a long time.
Haven't been at all.
Yes, so thank you for that. I mean, it's really, an apt reminder, especially in these times. Yeah. So, of course, let's reiterate this because it's important. Here's the link to read the winning poems and the shortlisted poems. In fact, this is the same link that you can access in order to read the poems for all 4 language categories and all the age categories. So we urge you to go check those poems out. This is the future of poetry right here in Singapore. So please do check it out. And, of course, this brings us to the end of the ceremony.
Yeah, we want to say a really very, very big thank you to all the poets who came here today, all your family, all your friends who made the time and effort to come here. We really appreciate you coming here to read your poems. And those who are watching online now, thank you for tuning in. We hope that what was said just now, the rhythm of words warm your soul on this very cold afternoon. So thank you for coming today, and please keep on writing. Don't stop here. Right? Okay, thank you.
So again, really, to all those budding poets out there, keep on writing. Your words really are important to us. At this point, of course, we also need to thank all our supporters and, most importantly, the National Arts Council for supporting us in terms of all events at Poetry Festival Singapore. So for those of you out there who haven't checked out our events just yet, please do check out our events. We've got plenty of events for the rest of tomorrow as well. So please do check it out.
Yeah, in fact, we have a book launch tomorrow.
So this is the time for us to plug as well, right?
Yeah, so we've edited a book and we'll be launching it tomorrow at the same time.
Yes.
So if you are free tomorrow at exactly the same time, tune in and just watch us.
So that would be 4:30 to 5:30 tomorrow.
Yeah.
But of course, At this point, once again, we'd like to say a very big thank you to all supporters at Poetry Festival Singapore. We'll see you next year, and let's keep on writing and keep on this tradition. So from us right here at the National Poetry Competition, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.